Greetings, royal family, and welcome to Yahweh, Yahweh's Daily Word. Now, here is where you can listen to the scheduled scriptural readings for each day of our solar year. Our solar calendar is very different from all other calendars used today. To get your current solar calendar with the daily scriptural readings and the weekly Shabbat readings, visit us on our website at www.yahweh144000.com. Now, royal family, you can have Yahweh's daily word delivered to you each day just by remembering to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Today's scripture reading will be read by King Eliakim Yisrael. And today's scripture reading is
the book of John, chapter 19. Then Pilate therefore took Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh, and scourged him. And the soldiers platted a crown of thorns, and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe, and said, Hail, King of the Hebrews. And they smote him with their hands. Pilate therefore went forth again, and said unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. Then came Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh forth, wearing the crown of thorns, and the purple robe. And Pilate said unto them, Behold the man. When the chief priests therefore and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Take ye him, and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. The Hebrews answered him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of Yahweh. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and said unto Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh, Whence art thou? But Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh, gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. And from thenceforth Pilate sought to release him. But the Hebrews cried out, saying, If thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh forth, and sat down in the judgment seat, in a place that is called the pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. He said unto the Hebrews, Behold your king. But they cried out, Away with him, away with him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, We have no king, but Caesar. Then delivered he him therefore unto them to be crucified. And they took Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh, and led him away. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into the place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 other with him, on either side one, and Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh in the midst. And Pilate wrote a title, and put it on the cross, and the writing was, Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh of Nazareth, the King of the Hebrews. This title, then read by many of the Hebrews, for the place where Yahweh, beit nun so feet Yahweh was crucified, was nigh to the city, and it was written in Hebrew and Greek and Latin. Then said the chief priests of the Hebrews to Pilate, Write not, the King of the Hebrews, but that he said, I am the king of the Hebrews. Pilate answered, What I have written, I have written. Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, took his garments, and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part, and also his coat. Now the coat was without seam, woven from the top throughout. They said therefore among themselves, Let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled which saith, They parted my raiment among them, and for my vesture they did cast lots. These things therefore the soldiers did. Now there stood by the cross of Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh his mother, and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Cleophas, and Mary Magdalene. When Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, therefore saw his mother, and the disciple standing by, whom he loved, he saith unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Then saith he to the disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour that disciple took her unto his own home. After this, Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, saith, I thirst. Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar, and put it upon hyssop, and put it to his mouth. When Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, therefore received the vinegar, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost. The Hebrews, therefore, because it was the preparation, that the bodies should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken, and that they might be taken away. Then came the soldiers, and brake the legs of the first, and of the other which was crucified with him. But when they came to Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers, with a spear, pierced his side, and forthwith came there out blood and water. And he that saw it bare record, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. For these things were done, that the scripture should be fulfilled. A bone of him shall not be broken. And again, another scripture saith, They shall look on him whom they pierced. And after this, Joseph of Arimathea, being a disciple of Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, but secretly for fear of the Hebrews, besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, and Pilate gave him leave. He came therefore, and took the body of Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh. And there came also Nicodemus, which at the first came to Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh by night, and brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 100 pound weight. Then took they the body of Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, and wound it in linen cloths, with spices, as the manner of the Hebrews is to bury. Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new sepulchre, wherein was never man yet laid. There laid they Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh, therefore, because of the Hebrews' preparation day, for the sepulchre was nigh at hand. Praise Yahweh, beit nun sophit Yahweh.